ladies, it's your girl AyChristene, and I've gotten more requests to check out more Domics. This is last names. This was something that you guys suggested that I check out. The link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. And I love the last video we saw when he was telling us a story about like that late night trip to the restaurant. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but the characters of the people that were there, and like mainly that one girl, which was super creepy, that wanted the ride. And then how he pretended to speak another Asian language when he has one language he could speak that she probably doesn't know. But that was funny. This is last names. I'm excited to see what he's got in store. Link is in the description box.
I've complained about people misspelling and mispronouncing my name in the past, but that was nothing compared to the endeavors of people trying to pronounce my last name.
Hold on. Because I was thinking it was like Dominic, right? Dominique. Is that how it's? Is this his real name, Dominic? Because it just says Domics counter or comics or Domics. No, it just says Domics. Oh, like comics, Domics comic. I think I've had that moment. Nonetheless, is it Dominique or Dominic? Because I thought it was Dominic.
In the past, but that was nothing compared to the endeavors of people trying to pronounce my last name. Having a Filipino surname has admittingly been an issue for me growing up in North America. Heck, even I've misspelled my own name sometimes. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, Filipino names aren't difficult. How dare you underestimate me?
Well, I don't know.
That's probably because the only Filipinos you've met are the ones with Spanish surnames like Santos or Cruz or Mendoza.
Because a lot of people don't know that
Filipino last name.
Philippines. That's his last name? That's his last name? A lot of people don't realize that there was a moment that the Philippines were occupied by Spain. So even if you've heard some people speak Tagalog, you'll hear some Spanish words in there. And it's cool because my aunt's Filipino and I've heard her talk with her friends. And I was like, some of what she said was in Spanish. I was like, what language is this? But it's Tagalog, yeah. So Philippines was occupied by Spain and that influenced their language. And I think their religion too. But if this is his last name, it didn't trickle down his line. It
as Filipino last name. Panganiban.
Panganiban. Oh, wow. There's a lot.
I'm gonna accept it, so don't even bother. Anyway, I wear it proudly.
For people like just adding him? Okay. And he's like, don't even try to send me a friend request. There's a lot of Dominic girl. I'm sorry.
Now, but as a kid, I couldn't help but feel embarrassed that people had trouble pronouncing my last name. I was the immigrant. I didn't stop to think, man, these people are stupid because they can't read my foreign name. I just accepted that I was different. Whenever it was a new school year or we had a substitute teacher and they had to do roll call, I'd always try to cut them off once they've said my first name to save them the trouble of struggling with my last name.
The last name, yeah.
And I was always the only Dominic in my class, so
he's like,
it was an easy snipe. Alana Nicholson here. Brian Owen.
Present. What's up with her face?
Dominic here. I'm here. Pang. Look over here, stupid. Present. Banana. How do you pronounce that?
Oh dear. That's what they do. I've had that happen to me.
Yeah.
What did he say?
That's it. You nailed it. No,
what
really.
Did you say?
How do you pronounce it? Can you just start class, please? I mean, I tried my best to teach it to those who were genuinely interested, and I get that you want to be respectful, but I wasn't offended if you said it wrong, and over time I found it to be troublesome, and eventually just told them that anyway was acceptable.
Oh dear. What's that
one time the judge for my speeding ticket called me Punjabob. Punjabob. Freaking judge should have been a...
I'm not laughing at the mess up of the judge. I was kind of like, okay. But the fact that he did a SpongeBob picture with his head, I was like, okay, I like what he did. I like what Dominic did. Not what the judge did, but what Dominic did. That was pretty funny. Just to include SpongeBob in that. That's cool.
Butcher. I envy some of you people with your low syllable count last
Adams,
names.
Jones,
Koreans,
Smith.
I'm looking at you with your Kims and Parks and Lees. And
Those
others
easy,
of you have surnames that work as first names, like Davis or Rose or Robert. How did that happen? And then you have us people who live with tongue twisters as last names.
What does that say? Where would you
have you
know?
seen Thai names? Kadesa Dayurat. Narkirun Kanok.
I wouldn't even...
Porn?
And that's where he stops.
Damn. One hotly debated thing for me as a kid was how to pronounce all of my Vietnamese friends named Nguyen. And to this day, I'm still not sure if I'm saying it right.
I thought it was
It's not
Nguyen.
Nguyen or Nguyen or Chicken McNuggets. We all know that. And it's
Why
not simply
do people say
when,
chicken McNuggets?
like some people have simplified it to be. Say when. Actually, it's pronounced Nguyen. All I know is it's
Really?
gotta come
I thought
from
it was
your
Nguyen.
uvula. You know, that punching bag thing at the back of your mouth?
Yeah.
Nguyen.
Why?
Apparently that's the southern Vietnamese way, and the northern way is Nguyen.
Nguyen.
But I'm not an expert, and that's
Nguyen.
my best attempt. I am
Nguyen.
sorry, my Vietnamese audience.
I'm sorry,
I
too.
think my favorite last name is this. Because it's so deceiving. It's literally 2 letters and doesn't even have a freaking vowel. How the heck
So
do
how
you
do you
pronounce
say
that?
it?
It's not nug. Most
No.
people say ing, but apparently that's wrong. I
Okay.
asked my friend, and she said it's pronounced... Are you ready for this?
What? Wait, what? She said it? I thought that was the sound she was making it say, like, and then she was gonna say it. It's Why would they do that? That's confusing.
Where's the M? It should be pronounced N. It's for when I eat that good cassava cake, you know? Yeah, that's good. You know what was
Like,
always a
that's cute.
challenge? When my friends came over and didn't know how to address my parents.
Oh.
Because when you're a kid,
True.
you don't call your friends' parents by their first name.
Right, you don't.
Kind of
You
rude.
don't.
You gotta
It is
say
very rude.
Mr. or Mrs. whatever your friend's last name is.
Yes.
What a beautiful home you have, Mrs. Kim. Thank you for dinner,
True.
Mr. Wilson.
True.
Don't upload that video, Mr. Paul. But for my friends, it was more like, hi, Mr.
Ah! Oh my goodness, that was a good one. That was a good one. These little nicks that people have been taking about the situation have been funny. They're like light subtle, or not subtle at all, but funny.
Paul. But for my friends, it was more like, hi, Mr. Oh, fuck. How are you? And I get it. My
Or
parents
Mr.
get
P.
it. My
Some
last name
people
can
did
be a
that.
mouthful. And
Just
so
say the
here's a
first letter.
tutorial on how to pronounce my last name.
All right.
Alright, first off, it's 4 syllables.
Okay.
4. So don't go overboard and say panananananana Batman. The common rookie mistake is to pronounce
That's
the hard
messed up.
G. And G and a ban. It's not exactly
Gan ban.
silent either, so it's not pananaban. You
Oh,
have to
dear.
continue the ng sound like in singer and donger. Raise
Okay.
it. The A sound is neither long nor short.
All right.
It's not pang or pang, like when
Okay.
people say Mario. Nuh-uh, it's
Mario.
Mario. Okay?
Why was his eyes
Mario.
crossed? Because it's Mario.
Pa. Pang.
Yeah.
Panga.
Pangani.
Ban. Like
Pangani
banzai.
ban.
So throw in a
Panganiban.
little Filipino
Ah!
accent flair and you get
Sabe.
Panganiban.
Panganiban. Oh, that
There.
was a
You
hot,
did it.
hot
Probably.
image.
Most likely not. I can't hear you and
Panganiban.
confirm because this is a video, but
I said
it's
it.
okay
Let
because
him know I said
my
it.
last name
Panganiban.
is the least of your worries when you got people with names like this.
Yeah, I feel bad
But
for
yeah,
that.
that's how you pronounce my last name, which by the way
There's,
means
like, some
dangerous.
European or-
I'm not even kidding. The base
Really?
word panganib means risk or danger.
So he's
and my middle
dangerous.
name means foolish.
Really?
Dominic Foolish Danger has a nice ring to it.
I
So if you don't
guess?
want to choke trying to correctly pronounce my last name,
Panganiban.
I guess you
I
can
got
just
it.
call me Mr. Punjabob.
That was like messed up that the judge called him that. I've had situations where people had difficulty spelling, you know, saying either my first or my middle name. Like people have had issues just saying it, and I mean, I get like when they're close, it's not so bad. It does kind of like, oh, that's not my name. But when they're close, it's not that bad. It's when people make a whole new name, and my name ain't that hard. So when people make like a whole new name, like a brand new name, using some letters from my name, I'm like, you ain't even trying, bruh. We can't have this conversation now. We can't have this conversation. But I had a friend, his name was Chadwick. And it's a unique name. And if people, for some reason, couldn't say Chadwick, they would call him Chad. And he would straight up say, that is not my name. I will not talk to you until you learn my name. And he'd walk away. And I'd be like, that's not his name, you know? Chad is not his name. Some people are more particular. I would still carry on a conversation unless they made up a whole brand new name. That's different. But let me know about you guys. Is it hard for anybody to say your name or to pronounce any of your names. Has anyone had difficulty? Let me know your stories down below in the comment section. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below and support Domic. I think that was a great video, and it was a lesson learned. Learn to pronounce people's names. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddies. Toodles!